Hi guys, it's Losi from Losi and welcome to All Things Events, where you learn all the tips and tricks on how to be in an events industry. Welcome to today's video, and today's video is all about recruiting the right people. Now, I know, why am I talking about recruiting the right people while we're on lockdown? I do understand that most people at the moment, they are thinking of going into business, being entrepreneurs, and some were laid off at work, so they kind of don't have a choice but to kind of hustle. So if you want to hustle, if you want to start a business, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you kind of don't have a choice but to get the right people on your bus, or to get the right friends or the right clients, people that are basically going to help you to push your hustle. I'm going to share some of my tips and tricks on how I recruit my team, because everybody knows that I have such a number of people that I work with. I've got a team here in Joburg, I've got a team in Durban, I've got a team in Cape Town, and I recently got a team in Polokwane. Very impressed, young, vibrant, pretty girls that I worked with. The last event that I had in Polokwane, they are based in Seshego, so I'm very, very impressed. And also, most of my clients, they always ask me about how do I get, my ladies and gents, how do I recruit these young, vibrant ladies, how do I basically train my team to make sure that they do get the work done and they listen to me, knowing that it's very difficult to run a business and also to get people to actually share your passion with you without having any issues. I'm not an expert in terms of recruiting people or getting the best candidates, but I do have the best people on my bus at the moment, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I look into before I hire people. Now, CVs are very important. Obviously, they give you a bit of a history of what this person has studied, how old they are, where they stay, and also the kind of work that they've done. Even though most people actually lie on their CVs, so I don't necessarily rely on CVs when it comes to recruiting. So to be honest, I actually do not use them at all. When I have my trainings, I always say, guys, you do not need to bring a CV. All you need to do is to bring yourself with the following things that I'll probably mention on the poster. So I don't necessarily rely on CVs, but I do understand that they're very important in some aspects of whatever industry that you're in. So if you're a small business or a small entrepreneur, or you are in an events industry, a CV is not necessarily important, but the experience is, which I'll talk about it later. Now, I don't know if it's a stigma or if it's a thing where a lot of people would say, oh, black people are never on time. Now, guys, I am, you can see, I'm very black and I'm closer and I've never been late. What I mean I've never been late is because I respect time, and I know there's people that don't respect time. I know there's people that make excuses when they're late because of public transport and so forth, and forgetting that we all started in public transport. Not everyone started, driving and stuff. So for instance, when I used to do events back in Cape Town, I used to get booked a lot. I used to travel to Pero, I used to travel to Autry, and I stayed in Parklands. And where I used to stay, it's either you catch a taxi or a bus. There was no train. So it was very, very difficult for me to get to places. But I made sure that every time I'm booked for an event or I'm booked for a promotion, I get there on time, and I never made any excuses. And even if sometimes, say, a car would break down, a taxi and so forth, I always let a person know, hey, I'm running 15 minutes late, I'm running a few minutes late, but I've always made sure that I don't make time an issue, because in my industry, time is money. If you're never on time, I doubt everyone will book you. So time is very important. If you're looking to hire anyone, if you say your meeting is at 10 o'clock and they show up at 10:30 or 10:10, cut off that person. They do not deserve to be on your team. That is not the right person to get on your bus. Dress code. Now, I'm very, very big on dress code because I think I started very young understanding the whole dress code and uniform and stuff, and also understanding that you need to dress according to the dress code. There's people that don't respect the dress code. There's people that go to work dressed like they are going to Espaza shop, or dressed like they're going to the club. They're showing a lot of cleavage. They show legs, bums sometimes. Like, it's a whole lot. But I do also check on dress code. If I say we have a meeting or an interview and you come dressed in like ripped jeans and a tank top and sneakers and stuff, I don't take you seriously. And I don't think now you have done your research in terms of how I should dress accordingly. And it's not me, it's just how the industry works. And I'm not about to change things that I've learned and that have been working for me over the years. As you can see, I'm dressed in black and covered up, and I think this would be an appropriate dress code for me if I was to have a meeting or to have an interview or an introduction with a client or potential client. Now, the reason why I'm putting location is because I know we live in a very exciting world right now, because if you don't know a place, you can quickly share location on your WhatsApp, live location or whatever location, and then you can just pin it and drive all the way there. But there's people that are obviously not driving, they're using public transport, but they need to get to certain places. Guys, do not use location as an excuse. If you cannot find the place, rather double check the night before or the day before you need to go to that event. Because the last thing you want to do is to do what I did. I think I was doing the beer festival, which is called the Oktoberfest. So I was still based in Cape Town. I think it was about 2012. Yeah, 2012. I was doing the beer festival and I wanted to do Joburg, Cape Town and Durban. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do Cape Town. I made so much money. I'm going to travel to Joburg and do the Joburg one. And also the client at the time, actually the boss that I was working for at the time, was like, okay, well, if you can fly yourself and you can book yourself accommodation, sure, why not? You're a great person to work with. Great. And I remember the beer festival was happening at Monte Casino. Now, I'm new to Joburg. I didn't know where Monte Casino is. I asked a friend of mine and they directed me to Silver Star Casino. Now, I'm stuck at Silver Star Casino. I know what a beer festival looks like. I can see, I know by the posters and by the flyers and stuff. But when I got to that casino, I was like, oh my God, I'm at the wrong place. Quickly called the client. I was like, sorry, I don't know where I am. I need to, I'm at Silver Star Casino. How do I get to Monte Casino? I still remember what she told me. She told me, listen, Losi, I have $1 million calls that I'm expecting on my phone right now. I cannot be directing you to an event. If you can get here, great. If you can't, I'm sorry. And I was like, ooh, okay. So me being me, I found the nearest taxi. I told those people, listen, I need to get to Monte Casino. Where it is, I don't know. I will pay whatever. I just need to get there. And I found it. But what was great was that I traveled, I think, an hour or 2 hours before, because I understood that, you know, time and also public transport and having to wait in a taxi and so forth. So I know a lot of the times we're looking for opportunities, and sometimes you might look at the location where it is and you're like, well, it's going to cost me this much. It's not really worth it. Well, if you're always calculating about things that are not worth it, you might not get what you really want, because you're not willing to travel all the way just because of the location where it is and whatever the situation may be. If people are having an issue with the location that you ask them to come to, those are not the right people for you. I do that every time I recruit people. Now, research is very important. I remember, I think it was 2018 when I was recruiting the last recruitments that I did in 2018. I think it was in November. I created a poster and it circulated on social media. And I had a number of people showing up. I think I had about over 50 people showed up at the venue. Now, I was asking those people, where did you find about the company? How did you get here? What do you know? And so forth. And it hurts me that none of them knew anything about the events company, about where it's situated, what the company does, and so forth. No one did a research. Some, they were able to recognize me from obviously the number that was on the poster, because it was my cell phone number, so they could see by the profile picture and so forth. So it's very important for you to do a research. I don't care how big or how small the company is. If a person is willing to hire you and you are willing to also work for that person, the least you could do is do a little bit of research about them and understand where they have worked or the type of events that they do, who are those people are. It also gives a little bit of an impression that you are willing to work for this company or for that company. So guys, please do your research, and also if somebody asks you questions, you're able to answer. Do you know what I mean? So it's very important. And the last one that I'm going to share with you is experience. Now, I do not want to lie to you guys. Everything that I'm telling you, everything that I know, everything that I do is based upon the experience that I've gained over the 8 years of me being in the industry. I did not study events management. I did not study events coordination. I did not study being a barman or whatever the situation may be. It's all the experience that I've gained, and experience is very big, especially if you are willing to learn. And obviously, once I started getting into the industry, I started teaching myself and skilling myself in terms of some of the things that I needed to know by Googling them, by YouTubing, by doing a bit of research. And what's nice is that every person that I started in the industry with, they all went to IHS, which is the International Hotel School. Everybody went to IHS, and I used to literally ask them everything. And then also I worked in the industry. I'm still in the industry. I tried to go out and do something else, but I kind of didn't have, a passion for anything else but this events management, and I love it to bits, and experience has got me where I am today. And I want to share with you some of the tips and tricks that have brought me to where I am. And if you are looking to also build your career in the events industry, you're gonna need experience, because a lot of jobs or a lot of work that you're going to want or that you're going to need, they're going to require you to have a bit of experience. And also, we hire based on experience most of the times. Someone wouldn't hire you if you are just a graduate, you've never done anything, or you're still studying. But if you're still studying and working in the industry, it kind of helps, because you know what happens in the industry or what you need to do. And also, some of the tips that I'm sharing with you, you probably know them already. You just need to probably brush some of the things and stuff. Yeah, that is it. That's all my 6 tips that I had to share with you. If you like them, please do let me know which one you like the most, and some of the things that you think you are doing great in terms of recruiting the right people, and also some of the things that you are struggling with in terms of making sure that you are recruiting the right people. Oh, also I want to add, please recruit ladies and also recruit South Africans, because I'm all about women empowerment, and I'm all about making sure that all South African youth, they've got the skills and opportunities that we can provide in this industry, hospitality industry. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to follow me on social media. It is Losi, and yeah, share this content, like it, comment, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you on my next upload. Mwah!